Many years after Joseph had died, the pharaohs of Egypt no longer remembered him or his people. All of the favor that had been bestowed to the Hebrew people because of Joseph were now long forgotten, and they were instead made to be slaves. The Hebrew people were now subjected to hard labor by the fear of the taskmaster's whip. Instead of honoring them as before, they forced them to build their cities and serve them. Over many generations, their numbers grew. Pharaoh, seeing this, feared that they might rebel against the Egyptians. He plotted as to how he could keep them from growing in numbers, so he ordered a royal decree. This decree ensured that every newborn male child would be thrown into the Nile River and drowned. A Hebrew woman who loved God and feared that her son might come under the wrath of Pharaoh's decree, placed him in a basket and set him adrift on the Nile River. On the way to bathe in the river, the daughter of Pharaoh discovered the child in the basket among the reeds. Realizing that this was one of the Hebrew children, and being well aware of Pharaoh's decree, she had pity on the baby and decided to take him to raise as her own son. She named him Moses. As a young boy, he was raised with all of the privileges afforded to an Egyptian of royalty, learning the skills of war and growing in stature and in knowledge through the ancient texts. But deep within his spirit, there was an emptiness he could not understand. It was then when his real mother revealed the truth, that Moses was in fact Hebrew. One day, Moses came upon a Hebrew man being abused by an Egyptian. His anger grew towards this man, causing him to lose control. He struck and killed the Egyptian. Nearby witnesses accused Moses, and so he fled in the direction of a city called Midian. At a well outside the city, Moses was approached by a group of young women coming to draw water. A group of men came to cause the women harm, but Moses defended them. The father of the girls was very pleased and welcomed Moses into his home. Not long after, Moses married one of the man's daughters named Zipporah. While tending sheep, Moses noticed something off in the distance. It was a burning bush that was not being consumed by the fire. From the bush, God spoke,
"Take your sandals from your feet, for the place which you stand is holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. I have seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt and have heard their cries. I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them out of the hands of the Egyptians and bring them up out of that land into a good land, a land filled with milk and honey, to the place of the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Come, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children Israel, out of Egypt. When the people there say, 'Who sent you?' you will tell them, 'I am sent you. I will give you great powers and make you like a god to Pharaoh, and your brother Aaron shall be your prophet. You shall speak all that I command you, and your brother Aaron shall tell Pharaoh, let my people go.
So Moses and Aaron made the long journey back to Egypt. Pharaoh refused to let God's people go, so they showed him the power of the Lord. But Pharaoh's sorcerers used dark magic to form serpents also. So the serpent created from God's power consumed the others.
Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuses to let my people go. Go to the Nile and take your staff and strike the water that is in the Nile, and it shall turn to blood.
Moses and Aaron followed God's command to turn the waters of the Nile into blood. Pharaoh's sorcerers again used their dark magic, so Pharaoh was emboldened and defiant. Again, Moses and Aaron followed the instructions of the Lord and brought forth a plague of frogs from the Nile. The frogs filled every home of the Egyptian people. Not even Pharaoh's own palace was safe from their presence.
By the power of Ra, let the waters bring forth. See, Pharaoh, our magic holds. Indeed, the gods favor us.
Pharaoh pleaded for God to relent. So Moses prayed to the Lord and asked the Lord to remove the frogs which he had inflicted upon Pharaoh. The Lord did as Moses asked, and the frogs began to return to the Nile.
They're leaving.
By the gods, it's true.
And the Lord said to Moses,
Pharaoh's heart remains hardened, and he refuses to let my people go. Stretch out your staff and strike the dust of the earth so that it may become gnats in all the land.
And Moses did as the Lord commanded, causing gnats to come forth from every direction. Panic spread as fast as the clouds of insects did. There was no place to hide, as every inch of the air was filled with them, and there was no escape or retreat. The sorcerers again tried to repeat their black magic, but God would not allow it.
Moses, Pharaoh refuses to let my people go so that they may serve me. Behold, the hand of the Lord will fall with a very severe plague upon the livestock of he and his people. I will not harm the livestock of my people, but of all the livestock of Pharaoh and the Egyptian people.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying,
Take handfuls of soot and throw them in the air. It shall become fine dust all over the land of Egypt, and become boils breaking out in sores on man and beast.
And so it was as the Lord commanded. Painful boils appeared on all of the men, women, and beasts of the Egyptians, and great was their suffering. And the Lord again spoke to Moses, saying,
Rise up early in the morning, and present yourself to Pharaoh, and say to him, Thus says the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me.
Thus says the Lord, God of Israel, let my people go. Who is the Lord that I should obey his voice?
Because Pharaoh has exalted himself against my people and refuses to let them go, I will bring another plague upon Pharaoh and the people of Egypt. Behold, about this time tomorrow, I will cause very heavy hail to fall, such that has never been in Egypt since the day it was founded until today.
I beg you, Moses, ask your God to relent. These plagues, they are too much for Egypt to bear.
And so Moses appealed to the Lord, because Pharaoh had promised to let the people of God go. The Lord did as Moses asked, and stopped the hail. But when the hail stopped, Pharaoh sinned again and refused to let God's people go.
Moses, because Pharaoh remains against me and my people, and refuses to let them go, you will stretch out your hands over the land of Egypt, so that locusts will come upon the land of Egypt. They will eat every plant in the land that remained after the hail.
And Moses did as the Lord commanded. And the locusts ate every plant belonging to the Egyptians, so that none was left. Pharaoh's servants begged him to let the Hebrews go. And again Pharaoh pleaded for Moses to appeal to the Lord to stop the plague. At the pleading of Pharaoh and the promise again to let the people go, Moses prayed to the Lord, and the Lord listened to him.
Stretch your hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, a darkness to be felt.
What is this darkness? Will it never end? Go, take your people, serve your God, but do not come before me again. The day you see my face, you will die.
Moses, Pharaoh's heart remains hardened, and he is not going to let my people go. Yet, one plague more I will bring upon Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go from here. Speak to my people, and have them ask of every Egyptian neighbor for silver and gold jewelry. I have given the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. About midnight, I will go out in the midst of Egypt, and every firstborn in the land of Egypt will die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on the throne, to the slave girl, and even the firstborn of cattle. There shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there has never been, nor ever will be again. Tell all the congregation of Israel that on the 14th day of this month they shall take a lamb and place the blood of the lamb on the doorposts and lintel of the house, and shall eat the flesh of the lamb. For I will pass through the land of Egypt that night, and I will strike all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. When I see the blood on the houses, I will pass over you, and no plague will befall you.
And so the people of Israel did as Moses commanded them. They followed every detail as the Lord had said. They prepared and ate the lamb. They took the blood of the lamb and placed it on the homes as they were told. And then judgment came. As the Lord had said to Moses, the Egyptians gave them gold, silver, and jewelry. Finally, Pharaoh chose to let the people go, but his anger grew once again against them. God told Moses to lift up his staff and stretch his hands over the sea and divide it, that the people of Israel may go through the sea on dry ground. So God hardened the hearts of the Egyptians so that they would pursue them. The angel of God had been making a way for the people of Israel by parting the waters. Now turn to the Egyptians to close the waters around them. God delivered his people as he promised Moses. All of mankind will forever know how God protects those he calls his own and brings doom to those who willfully oppose him.